If you only know one way to find the distance between these 2 points, you are not done. There are 3. So let's start with that which you can see. We have point A, which is 2 and 3, and we have point B, which is 8 and 11. Now observe what happens horizontally. So we are going to move from here, from 2 to 8. So this becomes 8 and 3, right? And the movement involves just 6 units because 8 minus 2 will give us 6. Then we rise vertically upwards from 3 to 11. And that is what 8 units. Here is the key idea. The straight path between these 2 points is this distance we are looking for. So instead of treating these like numbers, we are going to treat it like a triangle. So we have a right triangle with 2 sides known. So to find this diagonal, it's going to be the square root of 8 square plus 6 square, which equals to the square root of 8 square is 64 plus 36 will give us 100. And the square root of 100 is equal to 10. Therefore, the distance between these 2 points is equal to 10. This might look like a shortcut, but it's not. There is a reason why this always works. Did you see? The change in x is equal to 6, and the change in y is equal to 8. And 6 square plus 8 square, if you find the square root, you are going to have 10. So one thing I want you to know is this. Moving between 2 points, it's like moving across and upwards. So to move from here to here, you can choose to follow this straight path or follow this curved or random path to B from A. Remember this, the shortest distance is always a straight line. We didn't really do anything new here. We just used Pythagoras to find the distance. Now, I want you to watch what happens if we write this idea differently. So instead of saying across and upwards, we write it as the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared. So this is not a new method. It's the same triangle now written in symbol. From the question, x2 is 8, so we have the square root of 8 minus 2 squared. Then we have plus y2 is 11 minus 3 squared. This is going to give us the square root of 6 squared plus 8 squared. And this is equal to the square root of 100, which gives us 10. Same answer, right? So now we have seen it as a triangle. We have also seen it as a formula. But there's another way to think about this. Instead of working with where these points are, we move the points instead. I am not going to change the points. I'm going to shift the entire grid so that A becomes 0 and 0. So this is what I mean. A is going to move left by 2 to become 0 and move down by 3 to become 0 as well. So if A does this, B must also do the same thing. So B, that is 8 and 11, to move left by 2 to become 6 and move down by 3 to become 8. Take note, we didn't change the distance, we only shifted it and made it easier to see. We are going to have another triangle. We have point A, which is 0 and 0, right? And we have point B, which is 6 and 8. So the distance here, which equals to 10. Take note of one thing. Distance doesn't care about where you are. It only cares about how far you move. Try this using any of the methods. Find the distance. Okay, so from this question, we already know that change in x is equal to 6 and change in y is equal to 8. So the distance is equal to the square root of 6 squared plus 8 squared, which is equal to the square root of 100, and that equals 10. Now you can find distance. But what if something is missing? Can you find x?